Hello friends, I'm Kanchan from Akulmek Technologies and you are welcome to TopRas. And today we have Satish Srivastava from Johannesburg, South Africa. As you know, he has a deep interest in corporate training and he has been doing trainings and corporate teaching to professionals and IT professionals and marketing professionals. So without wasting any more moment, I would like to welcome Satish Srivastava. Welcome to the show, Satish.
Thank you, Kanchan. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Weather is good.
Exactly. So yeah, the weather is good here as well, though the temperature dips very, very sharply in the evening. But yeah, the daytime, the sun is really kind these days.
Yes, so far so good kind of situation. So
Yes.
as you know that we are discussing about change management. So we have been discussing about the change start with the top and various other aspect of change management. Now let's discuss about the principles of change management. So how you will like to tackle this change management when it comes to principles?
So, Kanchan, change management in any organization or in any community or any welfare state, the change management has to be a really thought through subject. It cannot be a big bang approach. It cannot be just brought about with brute force, uh, though sometimes in the political spectrum we see that. Uh, but in the corporate organizations, the change that needs to be brought has to tie up with the strategy where the company wants to proceed in the near future or recent future. So there are many parameters and many thought processes, mindset change, and as we were discussing last week, change management has to come from both sides of the spectrum, the top end of the spectrum and the lower end of the spectrum. And but at the same time, we know that executive power is with the top management, so they are the best people to force it down actually. I would I would think, and I would like to focus on the culture part of it. I mean, it is the company is a has a culture. Every great organizations, they have a work culture, and we talk about their work culture, and we talk in terms of, we are ex Microsofts, we are ex Googlers. Why we say that? Because it is about the culture, and that culture brings the change, the thought process of the change. So any company, any organization which is there for a long haul, who have a idea of bringing up their solutions and products which will do a paradigm change in the way we work, in the way we produce, in the way we talk, in the way we solve the problems. It needs a change management. And since there is a change, there is a change management teams. And culture is the most important, the core or the heart of it. And who defines the culture? It is the top management, it is the middle management, it is the people who are joining the organization with certain expectations because their careers are there and they are going to build their careers. So, Kanchan, the best example that I can give you with my experience of working in Japan is that Japanese companies, the iconic Japanese companies, they're all based on the deep cultural aspects. And therefore, it is very, very hard to imbibe that because culture is unique. You would agree. Culture is unique to organizations, culture is unique to people. But in Japanese companies, we see the Japanese companies everywhere, every places on the planet. It is all because of the thought process, the culture, and the change management they brought through those cultural aspects. What do you say?
Very well said, and I think culture plays a quite a important role when it comes to change management. But the thing is that we are talking about change management, but many people don't want to come out of their comfort zone, and they want to remain, and they are happy in the same situations. And if there's a change, it's like it's quite a challenge for them, and they are scared sometimes to really venture into these unknown territories. So what is the advice you would like to give these kind of people?
So, as I said in the beginning, Kanchan, that we know that as a human beings, we resist change. We want status quo. We want, as the things are going on, let it be. And there are enough people on both sides of the spectrum who talk about, no, we are changing too fast, or we are changing too slow, or we are not changing at all. So I would think that it is a collective responsibility of the organizations or the companies who work in particular industry. Now, in any industry, there are multiple hundreds and thousands of companies, but only few companies are trailblazers. They are trailblazers because they can bring in the change management within their own organization, and as well that showcases in their products and solutions. If we talk about the welfare state on the political spectrum, there are change management things that are being spoken and talked about all over the world on the policy level. One great example was demonetization in India.
Definitely. And I also want to add that human race itself is quite a resilient race, and they always look forward to do new things. So change management as a policy or as a human trait should be taken and should be developed, not in organization, but in day-to-day life also. What do you say about this?
Yeah, it is a daily life thing, and more I realize that it is a daily life thing. We need to practice that. We need to change. It starts from our own personal daily choices that we make in the life. We set up our pattern, getting up every day, getting ready, running to the office, attending 8 hours of job, coming back, that life becomes monotonous. And suddenly we realize after several years, life is not moving anywhere because we have not changed anything in our own lifestyle.
Yes, the thing is that we want change when we also don't want change. So there's
exactly
kind of a complex situation.
Exactly. So it is like a mirage in the desert, because I see there is a water over there, and when I reach to that water, it is not there. It was just a reflection. So it is at a personal level, but I would also suggest as a collectively we need to follow through the change management practices brought in by the industries. 15 years back, we did not really have credit cards or ATM cards and all those things. But today everything is online payment, right?
Yes.
And that change, when it started, if 15 years, 10 years back, we resisted it. Same was the situation in India when there was an internet boom, the PCOs came, the mobile phone calls became cheaper in the world, and suddenly everybody was talking about that. Same thing when the computers came somewhere in the 1995, during the Windows 95, Windows time, people were saying we will lose jobs. But then change management is not about just changing, but it is a full ecosystem. That ecosystem needs to be actually brought in together. And change management cannot always be for the profit oriented. It can have much more connotations, much more policy reaches just beyond the profit part of it.
Exactly, and now I think organizations and institutions, they have to take up this subject and this practice very seriously to really move ahead and come out productively in future their efforts.
Right. So Kanchan,
yes.
Yeah. Just one more example comes to my mind, and I think I'd like to share. because it is a very profound, and it went very deep into my mind. Lego is a Danish toy production company, and all over the world, children like to use Lego products. And there was a Lego movie as well, couple of years back. So I read somewhere that a small teenager boy wrote to Lego that he wants to, he loves their product and he wants to work with them. Now, Lego is an iconic toy company, we all know.
Yes.
And the products are based on the blocks, right?
Mm.
Now, this was a teenager boy who wrote to Lego that he wants to work with them and he wants to design some toys for them. And a big company like Lego could have ignored that letter, but there was a letter written back from Lego company, somebody, a top executive, explaining the boy that Lego company is a toy company, but it also has other things: operations, design, marketing, research, and implementations, and then sending out the product. And they said, well, we appreciate your interest, but maybe when you grow up and you learn other aspects of the organizational business, we would like you to come and become part of us. And that is what I call culture. That is what I call culture. And that's where Lego has been at the top of this toy production all over the world.
Yeah, nicely. It's quite a nice and interesting example you have put in. And as usual, it is a pleasure talking to you once again, and we meet again tomorrow and extend this topic further. Till then,
thank you,
bye.
Kanchan.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Bye-bye.